Hello everyone, back for part 2 story time of It's a Hard Narc Life, Once in Love with a Narcissist. I'm giving y'all like the outline of my book, but still go buy my book. It's on sale on my website, authordemetris.com for $10 right now. Go get my book. So anyway, for part 2, he went home and now he calls me and we proceed to go back into talking again. And I talked to him about what I didn't like, and of course he said to me, I don't want to talk about it. One thing about a narcissist, when they in the wrong, most of the time they don't want to talk about it. They want to talk about it when they feel like talking about it. Keep that in mind. So he said, I don't want to talk about it. I said, okay. Days go by. We go back to, back on track to our normal activity. And once we had sex, anything that happened, they went away. And we was back on track again. Anyway, don't judge me. So, we didn't talk about it that week. But now, something else happened. I can't think what it was. But I'm just going to throw it out there so that you guys can see how this matrix goes. Because that's what it is. It's a matrix. Okay? Something else happened where, again, most likely it was his fault. And I'm just saying to him, I'm big on speaking on when you make me feel uncomfortable. And I say, don't do that. I didn't like when you did that. So now he wants to talk about what happened at the restaurant. Because he wants to talk about it now. It's weeks later. I'm over that. If we can't address the situation right then and there when it happened, I don't want to talk about it anymore. So he wanted to talk about it now because, of course, now he wants to prove himself right and prove me wrong. And he don't want to deal with the new problem that exists right now. So I'm like, let him talk about it. I don't want to talk. But, of course, he's going to say I'm wrong because back in the day, that's what you did. If you was joking and you said to somebody, they called you ugly, you'll be like, your mother? It was just like that. It was that type of joke. Okay? So, that was that. So we went back to our scheduled program, back to the love bombing, back to the date, back to the gifts. Everything was good. It was like nothing ever happened. So the first couple months of me dating him, I didn't really go to his house that often. He lived a little distance from me. So for the most part, he always came to my house because his family lived in my town. So most of the time, he always came to my house. I never went to his house, but I would always talk to him, periodically throughout the day, the work day, and when he get home. So, okay, it's time to go to bed. As we begin to get close, he then said to me, once his divorce was final, because I'm sure in the beginning, if you go back from the beginning, not to my story time, but just the very beginning, when I open my page, you will learn that. And I took accountability that he was married in the process of a divorce. Before he got divorced, I had left him alone because it just didn't feel right to me. But then when the divorce was final, I decided that, I would give him a chance. But in between him going through the divorce, there was a time that we wasn't dealing, but we were just conversating on the phone, but we wasn't dealing with each other. So in these times of us talking on the phone, he said, did I want to go to a barbecue with him? I said, sure. It was a nice summer day. I said, yeah, I'll get dressed. And that's how I always was with him. He called, get dressed. I loved it. No problem. Get dressed. he comes and pick me up. So we goes to one of his friends' barbecue. And when I say we had a great time, it was a great time. And that was another thing for me. It was like I always felt like I was on a pedestal with him. He didn't hide me. Took me around his family. So this particular barbecue, we had a good time. And now he's divorced. So, because at one point too, I wasn't sleeping with him because he wasn't divorced. So at this point, I'm like, now everything is everything, and we link back up, and he comes stay the night at my house. But then it got to the point where once the divorce was final and stuff like that, then I felt comfortable coming to his house, because before then I wasn't coming to nobody's house. Even though the wife wasn't there anymore, I just didn't feel comfortable because he was not divorced. So at this point now, I'm starting to come to his house more. He's making me feel comfortable. He opens the closet to make sure that I see that all his ex-wife stuff is gone, and things of that nature. So I'm like, okay, the house was nice. I liked it. And I began to start staying there more, staying at his house more. And I got comfortable. But then he gave me a key. Gave me a key to his house. So I'm like, oh wow, this is different. Like this is different. I got a key. But although I had a key to his house, I never really went there. I never really went there without him in the situation where I had to key myself in. Like, I never had to. I was always usually with him. I'll be back for part 3.